Most people live as prisoners of their own minds, trapped by fear, doubt, and hesitation. They wake up every day carrying invisible chains, believing that their limits are real. But you're here because you sense something different. You know there's another way. A path beyond what you've been told. A way to break free. To master not just your body, but your mind itself. You've been told that strength is in the body, that success comes from luck, that power belongs to the chosen few. But let me tell you the truth. True power is not in the fists. It is not in talent. It is in the mind. Every great warrior, every master, every unstoppable force in history knew this one thing. The mind is the weapon. The mind is the key. The difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is not physical. It is mental. When you learn to control the mind, the body follows. When you learn to master your thoughts, your actions become unstoppable. And today, I will reveal 7 forbidden secrets. Secrets that will transform the way you think, act, and live forever. But be warned, once you learn these lessons, there is no going back. You will never see the world the same way again. The weak will fear this knowledge. The strong will embrace it. The question is, are you ready? 1. The warrior's mind. Destroy hesitation in an instant. Hesitation is the silent killer of potential. It is the small pause before action that allows doubt to creep in, fear to take over, and opportunities to slip away. Many people live trapped in hesitation. They overthink, they question themselves, they wait for the perfect moment. But my friend, there is no perfect moment. There is only now. The difference between success and failure, between action and regret, is often just a single second of hesitation. When I strike, I do not think of the strike. I am the strike. The movement is not separate from me. It is part of me. It flows effortlessly, without resistance, without delay. This is what you must train your mind to do, not just in combat, but in life. When an opportunity presents itself, do not waste time analyzing every possibility. Trust your instincts. Make a decision and commit to it fully. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to act. Imagine standing on the edge of a cold river, knowing you must jump in. The more you hesitate, the more your mind fills with excuses. What if it's too cold? What if I can't handle it? But the warrior's mind does not entertain these thoughts. The warrior sees the river, feels the fear, and jumps in anyway. The same rule applies to life. Whether it's starting a new career, pursuing a dream, or even speaking your mind, if you hesitate too long, the moment will pass, and all that will remain is regret. The key is to train yourself to move without delay. This does not mean acting recklessly, but rather trusting in your preparation and your ability. When you have studied, trained, and developed your skills, there is no need to second-guess yourself. Doubt is a distraction. Hesitation is a weakness. A true warrior sharpens his mind to recognize fear, acknowledge it, and move forward despite it. If you see an opportunity, take it. If you feel the need to act, act. If you have something important to say it. The longer you wait, the more power you give to fear. Train yourself to move decisively, and life itself will open its doors to you. 2. The invisible chains. Break free from mental traps. You are not limited by your body. You are limited by your mind. Most people do not realize that they live in a cage, but the bars are invisible. These are not physical restraints, but mental ones. Fears, doubts, limiting beliefs, and the opinions of others. These chains are not locked by force. They are held in place by your acceptance of them. Imagine a powerful elephant tied to a small rope. As a baby, it was trained to believe that the rope was unbreakable. It struggled and failed, and over time, it accepted that it could never escape. Now, as a full-grown elephant with immense strength, it does not even try to break free. The belief is stronger than any physical chain. My friend, most people live like this elephant. They are conditioned by their past failures, their fears, and the words of others. They believe they cannot achieve something simply because they have never done it before. But I tell you this, your limits are not real. They only exist if you accept them. You were not born afraid. You were not born doubting yourself. These are mental programs you have adopted over time, and just as they were created, they can be destroyed. You must train your mind to see beyond the illusion. Ask yourself, what is truly stopping you? Is it your body, or is it the voice in your head saying, I can't? Is it reality, or is it the fear of failure? Most obstacles are not physical, they are mental. The moment you decide to break free, you will see that there was nothing holding you back but your own thoughts. The greatest warriors, the most successful people, all have one thing in common. They refuse to be limited by what others think is possible. They refuse to let fear decide their actions. They do not wait for permission to be great. They simply act, believe, and move forward. If you wish to master yourself, start by breaking the chains in your mind. Stop telling yourself you can't. Stop accepting limits that do not exist. Stop living according to the fears of others. The door is open. The only thing keeping you inside is you. 3. Enter the no-mind zone. Unlock ultimate focus. Most people train their bodies, but few train their minds. They focus on strength, speed, and endurance, yet their thoughts remain scattered, unfocused, and weak. They do not realize that true mastery, whether in combat, in work, or in life, begins with the mind. The sharpest blade is useless in the hands of an unsteady warrior. The strongest body is powerless if the mind is filled with doubt. To achieve mastery, you must enter the no-mind state. This is a place where there is no hesitation, no doubt, no distraction, only pure action. The Japanese call this mushin. The Chinese call it wu-wei. It is the state of effortless action, where you do not force, you do not struggle, you simply flow. It is the mind of the master, the warrior, the artist. It is the secret to true focus. When I fight, I do not think. My body moves on its own. My strikes flow without effort. If I stop to think even for a second, I slow down. I lose the moment. The same applies to anything in life. If you wish to achieve mastery, you must train yourself to eliminate unnecessary thoughts. You must learn to silence the noise in your mind and be fully present in the moment. But how do you do this? First, you must practice single-minded focus. In everything you do, commit to it fully. If you are training, train with all your energy. If you are reading, read with total attention. If you are speaking, speak with clarity and purpose. Too many people live with divided focus. They are always distracted, always thinking about something else. Their mind is never fully where they are. This is why they struggle, why they fail to reach their full potential. Second, you must learn to quiet the mind. Just as a still lake reflects the sky clearly, a calm mind sees reality without distortion. When your mind is still, your actions become precise, your thoughts become clear, and your decisions become powerful. Meditation, deep breathing, and controlled movement are all ways to train this. You must trust yourself. Doubt is the enemy of action. If you have prepared, if you have trained, if you have sharpened your mind, then there is no need to second-guess yourself. Move with certainty. Act with confidence. Flow with the moment. The no-mind state is not just for fighters, it is for anyone who wishes to achieve greatness. Whether in battle, in art, in business, or in daily life, the ability to clear the mind and focus completely is the key to success. Train your mind, and your body will follow. Master your focus, and you will master your destiny. 4. Pain is your weapon. Use discomfort to build power. Most people run from pain. They avoid discomfort, fearing it as if it is an enemy. But let me tell you something. Pain is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher. The body may feel pain, but it is the mind that decides what pain means. The weak mind sees pain as a sign to stop, to retreat, to surrender. The strong mind, the warrior's mind, sees pain as a signal to grow. Think of a blacksmith forging a sword. The raw metal is nothing but a shapeless mass at first. It must be hammered, heated, bent, and refined over and over again before it becomes a blade. Without fire, without pressure, without struggle, it would remain weak, unshaped, useless. The same applies to you. If you avoid pain, if you fear struggle, you will remain weak. But if you embrace it, if you use it to sharpen yourself, you will become unstoppable. When I trained, I pushed my body and mind beyond their limits every day. I would train until my muscles burned, until exhaustion screamed for me to stop. But I did not stop. Why? Because I understood that pain was not breaking me. It was building me. Every drop of sweat, every ache, every challenge was a step toward mastery. You must learn to see pain the same way. When you feel discomfort, do not complain. Welcome it. It means you are growing. It means you are testing your limits. And if you can push through it, those limits will expand. But pain is not just physical. The greatest pain often comes from the mind. The pain of failure, the pain of loss, the pain of rejection. Many people allow these pains to break them, to make them afraid, to stop them from trying again. This is a mistake. Failure is not the end. It is the beginning. Every loss teaches you something. Every setback prepares you for something greater. I was rejected in Hollywood. They told me there was no place for someone like me, that my ideas were too different. If I had let that pain stop me, I would have never succeeded. But instead, I used it. I let it drive me forward. If you want to be strong, you must train yourself to see pain not as suffering, but as fuel. When life tests you, do not back down. Do not break. Take the pain, absorb it, learn from it, and use it as power. If your body hurts from training, it is becoming stronger. If your heart aches from failure, you are learning resilience. If your mind struggles with doubt, you are at the edge of a breakthrough. The warrior does not run from pain. He stands in the fire and lets it transform him. The question is, will you? Think about this. Every time you experience pain, whether physical or emotional, you have a choice. You can let it defeat you, or you can let it refine you. Most people let pain push them into a corner, making them small, fearful, and hesitant. But the master uses pain to expand, to grow beyond his former self. The greatest athletes, the strongest warriors, the most successful minds all have one thing in common. They did not let pain stop them. They endured, they adapted, and they came out stronger on the other side. Pain is temporary, but growth is permanent. Do not seek a life without struggle. Instead, seek the strength to endure any challenge. Do not pray for an easy path. Pray for the power to walk the difficult one with unwavering determination. Pain is the fire that forges greatness, but only if you are willing to walk through it. Remember this, pain is proof that you are alive, proof that you are pushing yourself, proof that you are growing. Use it. Do not fear it. Let it shape you into the warrior you were meant to be. 5. The death touch of thought. Control your reality. Your thoughts are the most powerful weapon you possess. Every action you take, every word you speak, and every decision you make begins in your mind. Yet, most people do not realize that their thoughts are shaping their lives, either building them up or tearing them down. You may train your body to be strong, but if your mind is weak, you will still fall. I call it the death touch of thought, because just like a skilled fighter can end a match with a single precise strike, a single powerful thought can change the course of your life. Likewise, one negative thought, if allowed to grow, can destroy everything you have built. Most people fail not because they are incapable, but because they have already lost in their minds before they even begin. They tell themselves, "I am not good enough. I am not strong enough. I cannot do this." And so, they don't. They have defeated themselves before they even stepped into the ring. Your mind is like fertile soil, and your thoughts are the seeds. Whatever you plant will grow. If you plant doubt, hesitation, and fear, you will harvest failure, weakness, and regret. But if you plant confidence, discipline, and determination, you will reap success, strength, and fulfillment. The choice is always yours. When I was young, I did not see limits. I only saw possibilities. I trained myself to think like a champion before I ever became one. I envisioned my success, I believed in my abilities, and I refused to let doubt enter my mind. You must do the same. If you wish to be great, you must think great thoughts. Do not allow negativity to take root in your mind. Cut it off before it spreads. A single doubt can grow into a wall that blocks your path. But a single belief, if nurtured, can become the bridge that carries you to victory. Consider this. The greatest warriors, the most successful people in history, all had one thing in common. They mastered their minds. They did not allow failure to break them. They did not allow fear to control them. They programmed their minds for success long before it became their reality. And that is what you must do. But how do you train your mind to control your reality? It begins with awareness. Pay attention to the words you tell yourself. Every time you say, "I can't," replace it with, "I will find a way." Every time you think, "I am not strong enough," remind yourself, "I am getting stronger every day." Do not let your mind become a battlefield of doubt. Instead, make it a fortress of unshakable belief. Train your mind every day, just as you would train your body. Meditation, visualization, and positive affirmations are tools that can sharpen your thoughts. See yourself succeeding before it happens. Feel the victory before you achieve it. Believe in yourself so deeply that nothing can shake your confidence. Remember, your mind is the architect of your reality. If you believe you are weak, you will be weak. If you believe you are strong, you will become strong. If you believe you are destined for greatness, you will find a way to achieve it. But if you allow doubt, negativity, and fear to control you, you will remain trapped in a life that is less than what you are capable of living. Do not let weak thoughts control you. Master your mind, and you will master your destiny. This is the ultimate death touch, not on your opponent, but on the weaknesses that hold you back. The question is, will you use it? The power of thought goes beyond mere words. It influences your energy, your emotions, and the way you move through the world. If you constantly tell yourself you are tired, you will feel exhausted. If you tell yourself you are unlucky, life will seem full of obstacles. But if you tell yourself you are resilient, that you can adapt, that you can find solutions no matter what, you will begin to see opportunities everywhere. Think of a fighter stepping into the ring. If he enters with doubt, he has already lost before the first punch is thrown. But if he enters with confidence, with a mind conditioned for victory, he has already won before the fight begins. Your life is no different. Every day is a battle between weak thoughts and strong ones. Which one will you allow to win? You must feed your mind the right thoughts, just as you would fuel your body with the right nutrition. A weak mind leads to a weak life. A strong mind leads to an unstoppable spirit. You decide which thoughts you nourish, and remember, your thoughts today create your reality tomorrow. Train your mind like a warrior, and the world will bend to your will. 6. The art of adaptation. Become the unstoppable force. Most people fear change. They cling to the familiar, holding on to routines, beliefs, and habits that no longer serve them. But a mind that refuses to adapt is a mind that remains trapped. A person who resists change will always struggle, while the one who embraces it will always rise. This is the key to becoming unstoppable. You must become adaptable. You must move like water. Water never resists. It flows. When it meets an obstacle, it does not stop. It finds a way.